Fantastic, and we'd be very interested to hear your comments. You can see the start list there.
So lane 1, we've got Austria, lane 2, the Netherlands, lane 3, Italy, lane 4, France, lane 5, Turkey, and in 6, it's Germany.
So we'll get a look at the crews. We're down 2,000 metres away at the moment with our camera at the finish line, the packed grandstands for this A finals day. A new grandstand been built specially. Andy Bucher and his team have worked so hard to give this course a new look for the European Championships.
2 minutes.
There are the Austrians over in lane 1. Paul Sieber is on the left of your picture, the stroke man, 26 years of age, from the Vienna club. And Austria in an outside lane, qualified through yesterday's repechage to get to this final. So the Dutch are next to you. You have closest to you Bart Lucas in the stroke seat, 26 years of age, from the Proteus Airties club. He is stroking that boat, which means he sets the rhythm for the crew as they go down the course. Well, these are one of the favourites. They won the heat together with the French. Few familiar faces, few youngsters in that boat. Gabriel Suarez in the stroke seat, just 22, and one of a really good lightweight combination that took a silver medal in the under-23s last year. These are the favourites, and they've got a youngster in the stroke seat, Ferdinand Ludwig, just 19 years of age, straight out of the juniors last year. Tom Baruch was scheduled to be here, but he's jumped in, Ferdinand Ludwig, and see what kind of job he did. They won the heat. Well, these guys, bronze medalists from the World Championships last year. It's great to see a Turkish crew. Ediz Kusku, familiar features of the 25-year-old in the stroke seat. And then on an outside lane, well, that's the familiar features of Lucas Schaefer, closest to us, from the Marburger Ruderverein club, just 24 years of age. And as you heard Michael Schmidt say, all these guys young and talented and really wanting to get into the Olympic boat, the lightweight men's double scull, and this is a feeder boat for it.
Austria.
So you can hear the umpire give the call over.
Italy.
And we will soon have
France,
the first A final of the
Turkey,
2019 European
Germany.
Championships.
Attention.
So first medal's up for grab here.
Go!
Yeah, the first medals of the championships up for grab here. Clean start from all 6 crews off the start. So, Michael, what's going through people's minds at this stage of the race?
Yeah, now it's really about finding a fast rhythm. They are pushing all what they can do, and after 10, 15 strokes, they coming a bit down and look for a good rhythm, and then they try to be as efficient as they can be on the first 1,000 meters.
So there's no more beautiful shot of rowing than that. Off the start, Mount Pilatus in the background, and you can see the French stroke in the centre of your picture, just heading out against the Italians. The French were slightly quicker in the heat than the Italians to the first quarter, and that's a great start by the French. There's the Italians, second place at the moment, and they are sitting about 4 or 5 metres behind the race leaders from France. You can see the French with their distinctive tricolor blades and the yellow boat just edging out, and it looks like in second place we have the crew from Netherlands, stroked by Bart Lucas. It's a tight race at the moment as we come through to the first mark, Kat.
Yeah, the French just keeping up that lead through to the first marking point. The rate's really high still, so from France still looking at 40 strokes a minute, but we can see from this shot the Dutch are still well in touch here as they come away from 500 metres.
So through the first marker, you can see France have a 0.2 second lead over the Dutch on the far side in lane 2. We're riding with the Italian blades at the moment, just to run through the boat. It's Suarez closest to you, Alfonso Scalzoni behind him, Lorenzo Fontana and Catello Amarate, and they are in third place. There's the Germans on this near side, the Turkish, and then ahead of them is the French boat, and he looks really cool. This youngster, 19-year-old Ferdinand Ludwig, Michael, he's so cool. He's come into this boat from the Grenoble club, and he looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and I mean, the French boat is the youngest boat on the water, and yeah, they really perform. They performed in the heat, and I'm sure they will do a good result now also in the final.
Yeah, the French and the Italians had a pretty similar split for the second quarter. We're in the second quarter of the race, the second 500 metres in the heats where both Italian and French crews won and qualified directly. So they're the two favourites. The Dutch will hope to get in on the mix, but it's all relatively close at the moment as we come up to the 1,000 metres, the halfway mark. And we'll give you a check on the positions as we come through the 1,000. But maybe I'd like your comment just as they go through the 1,000, Michael. You always say the race begins in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's really like that, and I'm sure all of the crews, they are pushing through the 1,000. They maybe will do 10, 20 strokes, a bit more pressure, and then really stepping on from there towards the finish line.
So we see the Italians, the camera's riding with them, but it's the Dutch who are the fastest moving boat in that second quarter. The Dutch crew, stroked by Bart Lucas with Boud van Zyl, David Natman and Himla Verbeek. A young crew, Himla Verbeek only 19 years of age, another 19-year-old in the boat here. You can see the blades of the Dutch crew. They were the fastest moving boat in the second quarter. Real surprised to see them up there. There's the bearded features of the three-seat of Boud van Zyl, the 27-year-old from the Asopos Club up there in Leiden, going toe-to-toe with Italy. The French dropping back, Kat.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the French dropping back. They looked so relaxed through that first half. I really was expecting a bit more in the tank at this stage in the race. But look at the Italians. I'm interested before seeing the two-man, seeing the three-man. They're just looking to their left, looking to their right before. They really want that awareness of where they are in the race.
Michael, the crews get a big shout as you come past where the bank juts out and all the coaches and athletes sit.
Yeah, that's always a special situation here on the Rothsee, because the coaches can really stand 1,000 meters, and there they want to have an impact on the crews, and they are shouting and try to motivate them to that they will have a good finish sprint.
So the Italians now coming up to the last quarter of the race. That's just 500 metres to go. That's around about 1 minute 30 seconds, and the Italians out in front, the Dutch just on the top of them in second place. You can see the Turkish, who took bronze medal in the World Championships last year, are now coming into the picture and took a bronze medal in the Europeans as well. So now we come into the race for the line.
That race for bronze medal is going to be interesting. Just looking at those times coming through 1,500, exactly the same split time for France and Turkey. So they've gone through nothing splitting them at that point.
So the Italians like to rate high. They're up at about 39 strokes a minute. France at 41 trying to compete. Netherlands up at 41. Who's got another gear, Michael?
Yeah, I think the Italians is the most experienced crew out there. They have a lot of the rowers in there, have won several medals on 23 and World Championships. I think they will be really strong, and the Dutch team, they are rowing beautifully. They have a good boat run, and look out for these two boats.
So we've seen Gabi Suarez features the 22-year-old, cool, calm and collected. He's got the bows in front as they come past the grandstands. The French are coming again, Kat.
Yeah, the French, they're coming for silver now. They've gone straight through Turkey and they're vying with the Netherlands now for that silver medal position. Italians look so good up front, but who's going to get this silver? The Dutch are pushing to the line. The French are right there behind them. I really can't split it on the line here. Fantastic win for the Italians.
That was so close. Italians really won that well. Austria and Turkey coming in fourth and fifth, and Germany in sixth place. No doubt about the winners. That was the Italians' unofficial time of 5:55.48 for that event. Only about 6 seconds off of world best time pace, Michael, at 5:42.
Yeah, I mean, the wind is not so strong today on the Lake Rothsee, and that's a really good time.
So the Dutch are chuffed. You can see on your screen they took second place. Great celebration from Bart Lucas and Boud van Zyl. And the French absolutely destroyed. There's the youngster in the stroke seats, Ferdinand Ludwig from L'Aviron du Lac Bleu, which sounds a very romantic name for a club up there in Grenoble. And the junior from last year's championships has come into this boat and made an immediate impact.
5 minutes.
So what did you make of that race, Michael?
I mean, it was a really good race. It was as tight as we expected, and the Italians showed their experience and made it through.
So it must be tough for the Italian. We're looking at the French there. It must be tough for the Italians where you've got such a fast lightweight men's double of Oppo and Ruta. I mean, because they're looking, how can they get past these guys to get in the Olympic category, Bo?
Yeah, I mean, I hope they have maybe a shot after the Olympics, but I think for Tokyo, the double with Ruta and Oppo is the double, and they are really strong at the moment, so it's hard for these guys, but I'm sure they have a good season in the quads.
I was with the three-man. He was on the ergo last night, Alfonso Scalzoni, late, after 6 o'clock, in his sweat gear, just doing maybe half an hour to lose some kilos.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing which is quite demanding as a lightweight.
Confirmation of that result, just sorry to cut in there, Michael. Italy, 5:55.48.